Here's Illkat right now. I hear your engine sound behind me at the same time, I think. This porch light just turned on. I don't know if it was a synchronizer, but we'll see. I'm driving by at the door of that building. It's probably synced there, I guess. That truck is right here. He looks synced. Here comes a garbage truck. It's gonna sink. It's turning at the curve in the road right now. It's gonna pull up behind me when I get across the street. And then driving seat. Is he gonna dump a dumpster seat? The porch light just turned off again. Like, I'm almost at the corner of the house when I did it. This car is in front of me. It's silver and that's black. The garbage truck is going right before that car drove out. This silver car is turning as the black car is turning behind me. It's got a red hat in the black car. He's almost meeting that silver car with the black car. Is it another silver sink? I hear the garbage truck. He's dumping the dumpster sink right now. Chemtrailed up. I hear a dog barking right now, I think. I think it was a dog barking. I think he's a stalker head. It's been a pretty chill morning like this though. There's stalkers everywhere, but it's still pretty chill. In a way it's not. I hear a banging sound right here. I think it's the garbage truck again. And I hear a sound right here at the other curb. And I think it's the garbage truck again. And I hear a sound right here. Again, the garbage truck. And I hear right here the garbage truck. And I hear right here the garbage truck. It's probably a sink at the corner of the building. And I'm hearing it again, and I think it's synced again. And silver car, and then a silver car at the corner of the building behind it. The first one has a dim tail light, I think. And that's right there. And it's a black car. walking up to the street right now. It's a silver car. He's got one light bulb on one tail light that's brighter than all the other light bulbs. This car is probably seen, it's white, and I hear this engine sound at the same time that's pulling up, like over there somewhere. He's turning right here, and he might be the white truck that took off next to me when I walked up that street one day. I don't know. Might be that same whitey, I don't know. But that video was like a week ago or something, I think. And I hear these sounds right as, I think it was right as the light turned yellow over there. I just heard these sounds over here. It's like, it's probably a sinkhead. It's probably the garbage truck again. I don't know. That's a white SUV. I don't know. Is he an Agent Smith sinkhead? Here comes a dim headlight car. Is there gonna be a sinkhead? I hear another car coming behind me. Are they gonna do a sink sandwich? They're gonna meet each other at the intersection, kinda. This is like right here. They like almost met each other at the intersection when I get the other side of it. Well, the whitey didn't hit his brake synced, so there's a car coming up behind me now. It's silver. Just saying, it's silver. I don't know. A lot of silver cars so far. And then when I came out of my apartment, there's a guy walking up the sidewalk with a red bag. And I wasn't sure if he was a stalker at first, but he was like walking like toward me as I come out of the door. And I was like, he's probably a stalker. And there was like a car driving up the street behind him with bright headlights that I knew was a stalker. So I was like, he's probably a stalker too, right? So I came out, there was a truck with a boat on a trailer. It was like a blue truck with a red boat, or it was like a boat that had like red stripes on it. So I don't know if it was a blue-red thing, but it was that though. And then it pulled up and met me at the intersection when I walked up to it and shit. Then there was a whitey right behind it, meeting me at the other side of the intersection. And then the guy with the red bag was just following me, like following behind me on the sidewalk. And I could just hear his footsteps. I didn't even look back at him, but I could just hear him following me. He's like getting closer to me. So I was like, I'm gonna cross the street. And then when I get to the center line of the street, his phone starts ringing. He's probably walking right behind me or something too, or whatever. His phone started ringing, synced. The guy with the red bag. Like one of those like cloth grocery bag things. I'll always see people with those synced up, like all the time. I see people with those red bags. So he had one of those. And sometimes they'll have like a red purse or whatever. Like there's the guy with red gloves the other day on the video. Lots of chemtrails in the sky. It's chemtrailed up. It's about to be stalkered up, and I walk up to this light, and before it, this car's come up over the hill. It looks stalkered up with this car, and then they're almost meeting each other at the intersection, kinda. I think it was black and silver too. And then he was probably driving by there, synced at the end of the retaining wall, right before it, which they've done. I don't know if it was the last time I walked up this street or what, but they've done that. You can go watch my videos. They do it repetitively on multiple videos, at least 2 different videos. There's a cop. I think he's hitting his brakes as the lights turned yellow or something. He's probably driving by the corner of the house or something, and this truck probably pulled up at the same time that he pulled up or something. Something like that. I think I see sync cars way down at the other light when he drove through the light. That's right there. You know, it's always synced. This has one orange light on it. And like one, it's like a light to the side of the headlight. It has one of those lights. So it's pretty chill morning, as you can see, but it's still stalkered up though, as you can see. If you use your eyeballs and they're attached to your brain, like you can see this, right? Did y'all see that? That was synced. The light's gonna turn green right now. Huh. I don't know how long my battery's gonna stay alive. Stay alive, stay alive. Was it a whitey? I don't know. I think he let off his brake sync though at the corner of the house. And he's hitting his brakes right now again at the curb and the sidewalk, and I hear an engine sound when he does. I think he's a whitey head. Is he gonna do a whitey maneuver? Way over there. Where is he turning? Yep, I think he was a whitey after all. It's never this quiet on this street. Usually right about now, there's like 100 cars driving by me. This is unusual. If you go watch all my other videos, when I walk up this part of the street, it's always 100 cars driving by me and they're all synced to each other. But right now, it's not. I hear engine sounds over there, and I see cars way over at the light that looks synced. I see this white SUV that looks synced. I saw another whitey that looks synced. Like, yeah, I keep hearing like a semi or something over there. It sounds synced. It's just like, I think I see sync heads over there. It looks like black and silver and white sync heads. Driving strategically synced. This car is coming out in front of me right now. This is me. And then he's driving out the corner of the house, and then this probably came out behind him at the same time at the intersection. And then this is gonna meet me at the intersection. And then there's probably more sync heads over there. I don't know. I see a lot of suspicious looking cars driving through over there. This is white. Is he gonna sync? This car is getting across the intersection right when he drives by me. I think it was a sync. And I keep seeing that over there too. Like, I keep seeing cars like pulling up to or getting across the intersection as a car drives by me and shit like that. Like, all the way up the street, I've been seeing that at that light. And then this whitey just pulled up when I got across the street. And then this is a whitey, I think. Is he gonna be a whitey? Is he a whitey head? Is he a whitey? I think I saw a few sync heads over there, and the semi was one of them, I think. I think it was sync. I think the light just turned green sync. Where's all the cars? These birds look sync. Where's the sync parade at? Is it Sunday? I thought it was Saturday. These birds were flying over that semi when it drove in front of me. It looked synced. And like, pretty much every semi I ever see is synced. Possibly every semi. I don't know. That's a lot of semis, but this U-Haul is probably pulling up synced. Usually when I see a U-Haul, it's synced. I don't know. Is he synced? I don't know. This car looks like it's synced right now at the corner. It's driving by the corner of the building. 46. Is it 64 backwards? Is this bird a sync bird flying right over my head? Is it synced? But yeah, generally, like, every semi I see is synced. Like, pretty much every semi, at least like 99% of the semis I see on a daily basis are synced. Like, unless I'm on the highway or something, then I don't really know. how many of them are synced. But these are synced. Did you see him pull up synced? That's tan. I think he's a sync. I always see this truck synced, and I think he was synced with the silver truck, kinda. And he's silver too, you know. Is the light gonna turn yellow synced? It turned yellow at this line on the street, I think. Is it sync? It's a black car right behind it. Are they sync heads? Sync whitey. Oh. I see this car coming out in front of me. Like as the black truck started to drive behind me and all the other stalkers were driving through behind me. I think it was a white car in front of me. And it just pulled out in front of me at a very synced up moment. It was really far away from me though. But it looked very synced up. Is it another silver sync? Is it another silver sync? I hear a sound right now. Is this? I think he's a sync head. There's two white semis. Are they both sync heads? Yeah, like every time I see or hear a semi, it's a sync head 99% of the time. So, just is. And then when I see other semis, I'm like, is it? Could be, could not be, I don't know. But probably is. I think that's a sync farter engine. I think I see cars driving up toward me that are about to sink. Are they about to sink? It's just one car, I guess. Is he about to sink? It's right at this, and I think I saw multiple twos in a row. Here's a whitey head. He's turning out at the corner of the house where they love to sink at. Every time I walk by it, and then he's hitting his brakes. The other corner of the house, he's turning again. They love to sink at both corners of the house. Like every time I walk by it, I think that guy was touching his nose and he's got a dim taillight. And then this black car is probably synced with him. And then that's a black car when I get across the street, a silver truck at the start of the street. She looked like she was smiling in the black car. She's like, I'm a sync head. This car's right here and it's black. I hear the engine sounds over there again. Think it's synced again. I don't know about that car, but it's probably synced. Statistically speaking, I had a feeling. My stalker senses are tingling. They're both silver. My stalker senses are tingling. Da-da-da-da! Sync, sync. He's parking. Is he gonna do it synced? Is he gonna sync it up? Why is he just sitting diagonal on the street? He's got like a half a tail light. Got a half a tail light. That car is silver. Is it a sync? And he was just sitting, I think he's still sitting there. He's just sitting there diagonal on the side of the street. Like, there's a whitey at the edge of the alley. Right at the edge of it. Perfectly timed. White on time. Here comes a bright headlight car. It's probably about to sink. It's got like a dim headlight, kind of, and it's white. It's white now. Here comes a silver car. Just flashes lights at me as I walk in front of the car. He's driving right now, I think. Here he comes. He's gonna sink. He's gonna drive as I walk up to the corner of the Freemason building. These birds over my head right now at the other corner of the Freemason building. I think he just hit his brakes at the other corner of the Freemason building. I think they were sinking at the edge of the parking lot. Is he gonna have a red shirt? What's gonna happen next? He's slamming his door as his car is approaching. I'm driving by synced. He's walking up synced. He's opening the door right at the curb, and I hear someone like singing or yelling or something at the same time. A child. This looks synced. I hear the kid yelling right now. I hear kids yelling synced. I think that guy is synchronizing. I don't know. He's got a Florida license plate. Cry. Wait, 3-1A, A13 backwards? Is this a sync head? Don't sync. It's 10. Is it sync? Is it sync? see a one headlight? Oh no, it's the sun, okay. It's the sun reflecting off of his headlight. Tail lift is driving synced. Did you see his lights stop flashing right there? And he stopped at the train tracks with his hazard lights, and then he started driving right there synced. He's got a dim headlight too, and he's hitting his turn signal right now. Right when I get across the street. His turn signal's off again though. This car, this was going through the intersection when it drove by me. It's probably driving by here at this corner. They be stock carded. Da-da! Sing. Da-da! Got a red coat and they're staring at me. Are they sync heads? Driving right now, is it sync? The light's probably turning synced right now. Here comes a white. And they stopped when I walked up, I think. I think they started driving again at the center of the street as Whitey got here. And this Whitey's over there right now. And then he's gonna pull up and this is gonna drive when he pulls up or something. Oh! I think the light turned green when he pulled up. Ta-da! I'm almost at the curb right now. Is it synced at the curb? You got a red shirt on. This car is turning right here at the corner of the police station. And I think he's going over the train tracks at the same time or some shit. What's gonna happen when I go over the train tracks? Is there gonna be a sync at it? I think a black car just turned behind me right before that. I think I see sync heads. I think I see a sync head. He's gonna sync. Don't sync. Hope I'm wrong. I think I see sync heads. He's walking out to the car right now as I walk over the train tracks. Getting in the car right now as I walk over the train tracks. Starting the car right now, right after I got over the train tracks. He's turning it on or whatever right there, shifting into gear or whatever. He's backing up. I hear something that's like, what is it? I don't know. Is it a semi or something? I see a Whitey truck. He's synced up, synced tardedly. Da-da! This car is turning right now. Right at the place where he's driving by at synced again. They love to drive by there synced. Go watch all my other videos where I walk by there, they're synced there. They sync there at specific places. Yes or yes? Yes, they sync. But people want to say it's schizophrenia, but it's not. They sync. I'm walking by this tan car right now. I think a car just turned simultaneous as it drove by me. Is it tan too? Is it gonna meet me at the intersection synced or something? They love to drive by here synced and then drive off next to me when I walk up to intersections synced. Right at the intersection. They love to do that synced. This is the car that was turning synced that I was talking about. He's meeting me synced. He's black at both sides. And he's got a plaid shirt on. He's got a black and white plaid shirt on. This is white with the red shirt. I think it's the same guy I saw a minute ago with the red shirt. Looks like a sync head. Looks synced again. The same guy. Pretty sure it's the same guy. But if it is, he looks synced again. And again and again. He's gonna always look synced every time I see him, every day. How does this keep happening? I see black and silver. I see the black and silver sync. And the black car was in front of me right before I walked by the crosswalk. It was supposed to be a crosswalk sync, I think. And then this car is coming up, and this car, and they're both black, and it's sync. And they're black, and they're both black, and they're sync, 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 and it's a white, I think. Is he white or silver? Was it a black silver sync? Is it a 66? Oh, it's tan. Is it a tan 66? There's a car coming up in front of me, a car coming up behind me. This one's black, and this one's silver, and they're synced right now. And this one's silver, you just pulled up at the same time, they're all synced. And they're synced, and they're synced, and they're synced. And they're synced, and they're synced, and it's really loud, and it's synced. And probably all these cars are synced, and this is synced with the silver, and they're synced, and it's synced again, and they're synced. And it's synced, and it's synced, and it's synced, and it's synced, and they're just sitting here, and they're seeing kids. They're seeing tardy, they don't know how to drive, they're like, oh! What do I do? They don't know what to do unless somebody tells me to do it. I can only follow orders all day like a robot. Sync, sync.